Alright guys, this video is just meant to help one of my viewers diagnose some problems he's having with his i1500. Right now, mine's up there, it's running, we're looking at maybe 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, 20 mile an hour winds, possibly in gusts. It is freewheeling, it is under no load right now. Actually, my other turbines, you see that they have the brakes on. They're all shut down because all of my batteries are disconnected while I rebuild that system. Now, just to kind of refresh on this, my i1500 comes in on this outlet, goes to this bridge, AC side, DC side, and then it comes down to this meter, and today that's where it stops because, again, all my batteries are disconnected. Normally it would go from here to my batteries. We are just looking at unloaded voltages right now. So you can see with it running up there the way it is, I'm going to try to keep this where it's all visible. We're looking at, 55 volts, 46 volts now. We'll sit here and we'll stare at it and wait for a good gust to come by. We're probably going to peak just under 70 volts and really, really strong wind. Now, I'm going to try to do this where I'm out of the way. Hopefully, let's see if, will it let me zoom? Of course it won't let me zoom. Oh, wait, right there. Oh, sweet. Okay. I use an iPhone for all of my filming now. I'm still learning features. Okay, so my meter over there is set to read AC voltage. We're going to read voltage off of the 3 AC legs coming in. So you'll be able to compare it to what's showing on the meter. All right, now I have a tendency to make you guys look at my elbows and the backs of my hands whenever I'm doing stuff like this. I'm trying to avoid that. All right, so going to the one legs, we are looking at 40 volts. While we're showing 54, let's go to this one. Again, 37 volts, 46, 47. And then the last leg, 38, 40. The i1500 is showing 50 volts. Again, my i1500 is set up for 24 volts. So this is showing you what kind of voltage you're going to see unloaded on a 24 volt system. So you should be seeing somewhere, in the 50s if you're, looking at, 15, 20 mile an hour wind unloaded. Now, whenever it's loaded up, you should never, you should never exceed your safe battery voltage level. Which for me, running 24 volt batteries is 32, 34, something like that. I know that I don't run brakes, I don't run regulators generally, so my voltages do get higher than that, but I also blow up batteries. There's a video about that if you'd like to see that. I'm generally pretty mean to my batteries. If you're safe, you're trying to be nice to your batteries, 12 volts over is probably about the extreme of what you should be seeing. I would try to avoid getting it that high. But again, unloaded, we should be looking at 50s, 60s, possibly upwards of 70 volts AC or DC. 40, 45 volts AC per leg coming in. That's what you should be seeing. If you're not seeing that, go over all of your connections. Even like this. Like 2 of the connections that I have for this i1500 are exposed. Shame on me. And so every time the wind blows, it wiggles the wires a little bit and it messes with that connection. And then on top of that, not only does that happen, but because they're exposed to the weather the one time every year it rains, like it did last night, it adds corrosion to the lines, and I have to go out there and kind of clean stuff up. Otherwise, I get bad connections. One of the things that I saw here earlier, whenever I first started filming this, and I should have filmed that, is that I had, let's point it up here so you can see where I'm pointing. I had connections. You know, we can see that there's a white wire, a bare wire, and a black wire coming off of my boxes. I had power. I had voltage between black and white, and between copper and white, and between copper and black, but nothing between copper and white. It just, that doesn't make any sense because they all are connected. If you've got one broken line, you should have, one open connection, you should have no connectivity between two of the terminals and one of the others. You should not have, just one terminal, one combination that doesn't work right. There should always be two. After going out, cleaning up my connections, I'm back up to full voltage and good contact between all three. So definitely check that if you've got low voltage. Now, another thing to check, and of course I can't do this while it's running, and I don't really remember what the resistance value should be per phase, but in the COM, whenever the turbine's not turning, check your continuity between the phases. And the most important thing is that they should be all pretty similar to one another. So, now, can't see my meters now, but we just hit like a really heavy gust. I mean, that's probably about as most wind is, or most voltage it should see is pointing at 72 volts rectified. No, well, I say that, and then it gets up to 30 miles an hour out there, we see 75. Okay, so that's that. Again, it's just meant to be kind of an idea of what you should see unloaded. And yeah, you got any questions, any comments, any things that you'd guys like to see, please let me know. And have a wonderful evening.